Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. We open immediately the schedule, the calendar of the month of October, because today is the first one. What do we see? That Juventus will go on the field 6 times, and I can't wait, because more we play, more I am happy. Twice before the international break, then we come back and we do 4 other games before closing the month of October. And we start immediately tomorrow. Leipzig, Juventus. In that second part of the video, we'll speak about Leipzig, Juve. That is an important game to convince ourselves that we can do well in the competition called Champions League after the initial 3-1 against PSV in our home, that we can do well away from home, but also to give a sign to Tifosi, but also to ourselves, that we can beat a big team or a team that is considered big. After the 0-0 against Roma, after the 0-0 against Napoli. We'll speak about that in the second part of the video, and we'll also wait, of course, for the press conference at 6:15 from Thiago Motta with a second player. Who will it be? Question mark. Can be that, and there are big chances that I go live for translating the press conference, so don't forget to put the notification ring on. Now, I'm asking you, because it will be a video where we go with 2 topics, Leipzig, Juve, second part, and first we start again. Yeah, again, to speak about a topic, and I will tell you why. Put a maximum of like, if you didn't yet. Please continue to subscribe to the channel. Ragazzi, I'm asking you because it costs you 0 and it's helping me so much. I try to do my best, especially when you're speaking about really difficult arguments, even if the videos are a bit later, but I really want to share Juventus, and I really want to defend Juventus. So if you appreciate it, put a maximum of like, because more you like, more Juventini will know what is going on. And I think sometimes it's important, because we see the message of yesterday from Neven. Neven that wrote yesterday, our reputation from us, from Juventini, in the world of football is always as cheaters. Whenever I talk with my friends and mention a bit of Juve history, we are always called cheaters and frauds. And it's exactly because of this. The Invisible Man says, same here, my friend. Cecilia writes, it's really awful, but we need to defend our club and try to explain again and again. It is our duty, our obligations as fans. I loved that thread of discussion here on YouTube, on our channel, because that means that we are going the right direction. So I'm counting on you to really share, because what we will say is extremely important to understand why we are called cheaters, why in the anti-Juve world, or people that do not know that much, and sometimes I don't even blame them, why we are seen as frauds, as cheaters, as a club that is always trying to do. There are still people, even some Juve fans, that are thinking that we were in second division because of match fixing. Just ask one question to them. Can you show me which match was fixed? Can you go and try to tell me? Because if we are sent in Serie B because of match fixing, it means that some matches has been fixed by Juve. Find me the game, please. There is no game, because Juventus, that's not the reason why we were sent in Serie B. Because of the narrative. Look, yesterday, big chaos in Milano. Huge big chaos. It's a big thing for the world of calcio. It's not a beautiful thing for the world of calcio. I made a video of yesterday, so you can go towards the details about what happened yesterday. Watch it if you didn't yet. But yesterday, 19 people were arrested. 18 of them were chiefs ultra. 40 people are under investigation. We spoke about it, and today I was really curious to see how the papers would report it, because I remember how they reported it when it was Juve. Juve, at the difference of Inter and Milan, that went proactively to denounce it, to complain, officially complain that we were blackmailed. We went to the official state, to the police, etc., to say there is a problem. But we were pictured as the villains. And I will come back on that in a second, how we were pictured, and we will show you some pictures, some front pages. Today I opened the pages. What do I see? Gazzetta dello Sport, Coppa d'Attacco, referring to the Champions League, with a beautiful sky full of stars, referring to the Champions League. Taremi and Leao there, focusing on the game that they will play this evening in Champions League. Then you see also another focus on Vada Sinner. But what is it as a justice? Speaking about tennis. So justice, the word justice. So I go towards another topic that happened yesterday in the world of justice, of football. And I don't find it. I need really to pay attention. Where is it? Manette in curva. People arrested in the curva with a really small rectangle there on top. It's quite difficult to notice, to see. And there I'm telling you, objectively, as a neutral fan, Brava Gazzetta. You did the right thing. Let's not put too much information about it. Because at the moment we are really in the initial phase. There are no verdict. The trials didn't start yet. We are at the beginning of an investigation. No need to put the clubs there, the managers of the clubs there, and immediately pointing them out as guilty. Brava, Gazzetta dello Sport. But the problem is that I have a good memory, and on top of that I have a beautiful hard drive, external hard drive that is having all these articles. And I remember that this has not always been the case with Juve, because when Juve is rumored to be involved in something, before verdict, before trial, we finish in big pages with our managers, with the big zoom, the loop, Juve under pressure, with big pages, with things like that. Look, that's the main first big difference. This is why, ragazzi, Juventus is called fraud. This is why Juventus is called as cheaters, because the narrative in Italy is this. If Juventus is rumored or linked, even if they're absolutely not guilty, they finish on the first page, and it will be like that for days, for weeks, even for months. The broken logo, Juventus, Agnelli, Arriva Bene, etc., on the first pages, big titles. While when it's for the other clubs, wait, calma, tranquilli. When it's Juve, we finish on page 2, page 3. When it's the other clubs, calma, tranquilli, because today we play Champions League. So I open Gazzetta dello Sport to understand what they are explaining to us. I open page 2, page 3, I don't find anything. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, there is absolutely nothing. They are only speaking about Champions League. I need to find the first thing on page 12, 13, where honestly the first thing that is really appealing and really caught my eye is curve pericolose. The curva, where the ultras are dangerous. Half blue, half red. I don't see anything of what happened yesterday, a big thing that the world of football is speaking about. The main prosecutor that will investigate about Inter Milan, about understanding if yes or no the clubs are really totally victims like they were telling us yesterday, or maybe there is a small investment, or they are a bit involved. Well, the cover of that guy, Marcello Viola, with the logo of Inter. They don't speak about it. But what I see is that in that small article of a double page, 5 times they are repeating us that Inter and Milan, the clubs, are victims. They change the way. The first time, gli indagati, the one that are under investigation, pay attention, because we continue to say that the managements of the clubs are victims one time. Then in the article from Pierluigi Spagnolo, none of the people that are from the clubs are under investigation. Second times. I due clubs sono parte lesa. The 2 clubs are victims. The third times. Still on the same 12-13 page. Pay attention to, and here again, Inter and Milan sono parti offese. Inter and Milan are actually the victims of that story. And they continue still in the same page, telling us that no people under investigation are part from the club because the clubs are actually the victims. So 5 times in that double page where they continue to tell us Inter, Milan are victims. And again, I think it's correct to say it, but it's really strange where they wait page 13, 12, 13 to tell us about that story, and that's where they tell us they are victims. 5 times. Was there the need to repeat that 5 times they are victims? I don't know. Probably it's a bit exaggerated. Probably there is a message that Gazzetta dello Sport they want to send us. Now I said maybe it's because it's the journal and they had no time to really speak about it. Let's see. A fast communication challenge like Twitter, what they told us. I opened Gazzetta dello Sport yesterday, the account, and I see that they are speaking suddenly about cars, about electric buses. They are speaking about the highways in Brennero. They are speaking about tennis. They are speaking about everything, but they didn't, not a single time, explain us about what happened yesterday. Guys, you will tell me, Beppe, you're again fighting against Gazzetta dello Sport. It's only Gazzetta dello Sport. The other ones did their job. No, ragazzi. I opened the English-speaking channel for a simple reason, because I wanted to defend Juve, because I wanted to share Juventinità, I wanted to be as complete, as correct in information, but also entertainment, but especially informing people, Juventini, that they go on internet, they try to check, they try to follow what is happening. They are called cheaters, they are looking for information, and it's quite difficult for the English-speaking fans, because it's not only Gazzetta that is hiding, not speaking, defending, making a beautiful color when they are speaking about other clubs, but really putting dirt on Juve. It's exactly the same about translation accounts. It's exactly the same about people that are taking care of calcio, that are speaking about whatever and everything. Whatever beautiful topic, nice topic. When it's about Juve, they put Juve on first page. When it's other, they didn't mention it once. Yesterday, a lot of fans in our group of Telegram, they told me, Beppe, I don't know what happened. Can you please explain? Before I did my video, we don't know, we didn't see anything. That's the thing. Because when it's Juve, you finish there. And when Juve is shown as victim, you finish in page 12, 13 that nobody speaks about. While it's the other one, calma, we don't speak about it, we hide it. Of course, Juve will always be the victim of that story, which is extremely, according to me, annoying. I tell you, we were, and that's the big difference, we were the one that immediately went for an official complaint, saying we are victims, and we were victims of blackmailing. We were treated as a mafia organization from journalists, from the judges, from the general opinion, and that's the big thing, from the general opinion. The curva started to be against Agnelli, you know that there was a fight against Agnelli, because after Agnelli went to actually point out that there were people, heads of Ultra, that were blackmailing Juve, well, there was Ladigos that came in, a lot of people were arrested, and then there was a big sanction, no banners anymore, no tambourines anymore, no X, Y, Z, with a result that the stadium became a theater, where the other tifosi that were not that much informed about the story, they started also to be pissed off with our president, saying, but because of Agnelli. Agnelli is looking for an American way of building a stadium. He doesn't care about the tifosi. He doesn't want this and this and this. Why actually we were blackmailed. Why actually we did the right step. And it's not Juventus that decided the following step, but it's Ladigos. And to give you an example, in our stadium, the other ones, the away fans, they came with their tambourines, with their banners. That was something really disgusting. Our own fans couldn't, the other ones they could. It's not because there is a Juve veto in the stadium. It's because Ladigos was actually forbidding our own supporters to do it. They were controlling everything in the entrance, while for the other ones it was okay. While, in the meanwhile, we have the same stories in Inter and in Milan, but nobody's speaking about it. What we see on the other ones that are reporting it is, mamma mia, look at the beautiful Inter, Milan, the San Siro, the Giuseppe Meazza. Let's make a documentary about it, how beautiful it is. The atmosphere of the Derby della Madonnina is unpaired, unmatched. It's totally crazy. Totally crazy. You see the difference? As a consequence, our own supporters were not informed enough. They were starting to hate our own president, our own club, and saying, look, the other ones, they have a beautiful stadium. Look at how they are doing the atmosphere. And today they don't speak about it. Strange, strange, strange. Anyway, ragazzi, fast news, because the video is actually too long. Fast news about Leipzig, Juve. I will come back later. But yesterday, beautiful victory from our Juventus women against Fiorentina. They are on top with 12 on 12. They are continuing to do extremely well. Congratulations to them. Unfortunately, the next gen yesterday, after leading 1-0, they lost 4-1 against Benevento. We anticipated you that it would have been an extremely difficult game against the first one in the ranking. Was really, really tough. It's a team that a few seasons ago they were in Serie A. Leipzig, Juve, what are the possible changes? Well, Weah will not be called up. Yesterday he trained in an isolated way. Cambiaso, big chances for him to be back on the field from the first minute. Big chances. 99.99% will start the game. Gatti now, that's a big question. Who starts? Will it be again Gatti after 2 games that he was out, with Kalulu on the right side? Will it be Kalulu in the center of the defense with Savona on the right side, or maybe Danilo? These are actually the only question regarding the defense. I told you Gatti has big chances to put a bit of physicality together with Kalulu, but I would not be surprised if Gatti stays for a 3rd game in a row on the bench. We'll speak about it later in the game of today. By the way, it could be that Gatti goes next to Thiago Motta today to play about Champions League. But that's how he wants to beat also And we said it yesterday, Leipzig with a bit of muscles in the midfield. Could be that he wants to put also muscles in that defense. And if you put Bremer, Gatti and Kalulu, well, you have enough muscles. Together with Locatelli and Thuram there in the midfield, you have a lot of muscles. I think that these positions are quite nearly sure. Nico and Chico, we're speaking about Nico Gonzalez and Francisco Conceição. We have two players from one role. Look, a lot of people, they criticize Nico Gonzalez, but there are people that forget that when he played against Genoa, in the beginning of the game, his career was about to end with that assassin tackle. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but until the 60th minute when he was on the field, he was not running in a natural way. So I think that Nico Gonzalez will play tomorrow. If he doesn't, well, look, it could possibly be because of that big knock that he received, or big knock, that assassin tackle with Nico Gonzalez from the start. One or the other, I'm happy with the one that can start tomorrow. But tomorrow will be also a big game between the 2005 generation, because we are speaking about our 2005 world player, Yildiz, that presented himself in Champions League with a goal at Del Piero. Hopefully he can continue to do well in Champions League, better than what he did in against Genoa, because it was not a great performance from him. But then on the other side, you have Nusa, you have Vermeeren, two players that were followed also by Juventus a few transfer markets ago. Nusa, this one, Vermeeren before he went to Atletico Madrid. Good players there. Beautiful team. It's a really beautiful team with a lot of young players as well, which Juventus is also doing. And then you go where the defense, the goalkeeper, after Di Gregorio, it will be again, after Perini in the goal, it will be again Di Gregorio that starts, and he's also looking now for a clean sheet in Europe, which would be extremely beautiful, because if you have a clean sheet, you don't lose. Hopefully we can also score, because I don't want another 0-0. I would love to go towards a 3-0 again, but a 3-0 for Juventus, so a 0-3 final score of the game. Let's see, guys. We will come back with the forgetting about the case of the media, etc., but full Leipzig Juve probably later today, or live with Thiago Motta press conference, or a second video where we speak, because I started already to analyze Leipzig. You can see it here. It's not full yet, but I started to analyze Leipzig with some notes, how they play, etc., what we need to pay attention, how we can beat it. So put the notification ring on, maximum of like, continue to subscribe, grazie, forza, Juve.